India, a land of rich traditions and deep-rooted values, is witnessing a quiet but significant social transformation. The landscape of relationships and family structures is evolving, reflecting broader societal changes. The institution of marriage, once considered sacrosanct and enduring, is experiencing a steady rise in divorce rates. This shift is not just a statistical anomaly, but a profound change in the way relationships are perceived and lived. This trend, particularly noticeable in urban areas, signifies a departure from the traditional norms that have long defined Indian society. Urbanization, increased education, and economic independence are contributing factors. For generations, marriage in India has been regarded as a lifelong commitment, often transcending the individuals involved and encompassing extended families. The union was seen as a bond that intertwined not just two people, but two families, often with societal expectations and pressures. Divorce, consequently, carried immense social stigma, often ostracizing individuals, especially women, from their communities. The fear of social exclusion and judgment kept many in unhappy marriages. However, the winds of change are blowing, bringing with them a new understanding of individual choice and agency. More people are seeking personal fulfillment and are willing to challenge societal norms to achieve it. The rising divorce rate is not merely a statistic. It is a reflection of the changing aspirations, values, and realities of contemporary India. It highlights a shift towards prioritizing personal happiness and mental well-being over societal expectations. It underscores the evolving roles of men and women, the pursuit of individual happiness, and a growing acceptance of separation as a viable option. The modern Indian family is redefining itself, balancing tradition with contemporary values. This shift demands a nuanced understanding of the factors at play and their implications for individuals, families, and society as a whole. As India navigates this transformation, it is crucial to foster dialogue and support systems that respect both tradition and the evolving needs of its people. The changing face of Indian society is intricately linked to globalization, urbanization, and increased exposure to Western ideals. These forces have brought about significant transformations in the way people live, work, and interact with each other. This exposure has led to a shift in values and expectations, particularly among the younger generation, who are more connected to the global community through technology and social media. They are questioning traditional norms and embracing individualistic aspirations, seeking to carve out their own identities and paths in life. Marriage, once primarily seen as a social contract for stability and family continuity, is undergoing a transformation. It is increasingly viewed through the lens of personal fulfillment and companionship, with individuals prioritizing emotional connection and mutual respect. Couples today seek partners who are compatible not just in terms of caste, religion, or family background, but also in terms of their values, aspirations, and life goals. This compatibility is seen as essential for a harmonious and fulfilling relationship. This shift in perspective also extends to the roles and expectations within a marriage. Traditional gender roles are being redefined as both men and women seek more balanced and equitable partnerships. The traditional patriarchal structure, where men were primary breadwinners and women were relegated to domestic duties, is being challenged. Women are increasingly educated, financially independent, and seeking equal partnerships where their voices are heard and their contributions valued. Men, too, are embracing more active roles in domestic responsibilities and child-rearing. This evolving dynamic is fostering a new kind of relationship, one based on mutual respect, shared responsibilities, and joint decision-making. However, this clash between traditional expectations and modern aspirations can create friction within marriages, leading to dissatisfaction and, ultimately, separation. The pressure to conform to old norms while striving for new ideals can be overwhelming. As individual aspirations take precedence, the tolerance for unhappy or unfulfilling marriages diminishes, leading to an increase in divorce rates. People are more willing to seek happiness and fulfillment outside of traditional marital structures. This trend reflects a broader societal shift towards valuing personal happiness and self-actualization, even if it means challenging long-held traditions and facing the complexities of change. One of the most significant drivers of the rising divorce rate in India is the increasing financial independence of women. As more women enter the workforce and achieve economic self-sufficiency, they are less likely to endure unhappy or abusive marriages for financial security. Traditionally, women in India, particularly those from conservative backgrounds, were often financially dependent on their husbands or families. This dependence made leaving an unhappy marriage extremely difficult, even in cases of abuse or neglect. However, with greater access to education and employment opportunities, women are breaking free from these traditional constraints. This economic empowerment has given women the agency to prioritize their well-being and seek divorce when they deem it necessary. They are no longer bound by the fear of financial instability that often prevented women from earlier generations from leaving unhappy marriages. This shift in the power dynamic within marriages is a testament to the progress made in women's empowerment and its impact on the institution of marriage itself. Section 4. The law catches up. Legal reforms and accessibility. The legal landscape surrounding divorce in India has also undergone significant changes, making it easier and more accessible for couples to seek separation. Over the past few decades, the Indian legal system has recognized the need to adapt to the changing social dynamics and the evolving nature of relationships. The introduction of no-fault divorce, along with other legal reforms, has removed many of the legal hurdles that previously made divorce a long, drawn-out, and often contentious process. This shift has been instrumental in reducing the stigma associated with divorce and has provided a more humane approach to ending marriages. Previously, couples seeking divorce had to prove grounds for separation, such as adultery, cruelty, or desertion. This requirement often led to invasive and distressing legal battles, where personal details were scrutinized in public courtrooms. This often led to protracted legal battles, adding to the emotional and financial burden of an already difficult situation. The adversarial nature of these proceedings could exacerbate conflicts, making it harder for individuals to move on with their lives. The introduction of no-fault divorce, which allows couples to end their marriage by mutual consent without assigning blame, has simplified the process and reduced animosity between parties. This reform has been a significant step towards making the legal system more compassionate and responsive to the needs of modern couples. Landmark cases, such as the Mary Roy case, which granted daughters equal inheritance rights, and the Shah Bano case, which highlighted the rights of Muslim women in divorce, have further contributed to the evolution of the legal landscape. These cases have set important precedents and have been instrumental in driving further legal reforms. These landmark judgments have not only strengthened the legal standing of women, but have also paved the way for a more equitable and just approach to divorce in India. By addressing gender biases and ensuring that women's rights are protected, these reforms have contributed to a more balanced and fair legal system. The ongoing efforts to improve legal accessibility and fairness continue to shape a more inclusive society where justice is within reach for all. Section 5. Navigating the storm. The emotional and mental toll of divorce. While divorce can be a liberating experience for some, it is undeniably an emotionally challenging transition. The breakdown of a marriage, regardless of the circumstances, can take a significant toll on the mental and emotional well-being of individuals involved. Feelings of grief, loss, anger, betrayal, and confusion are common during and after divorce. The process of separating lives, dividing assets, and navigating custody arrangements, if children are involved, can be overwhelming and emotionally draining. Individuals may experience a loss of identity, a sense of failure, and social stigma, particularly in more conservative communities. The impact of divorce on mental health cannot be overstated. Studies have shown that individuals going through divorce are at a higher risk of experiencing depression, anxiety, substance abuse, and even suicidal thoughts. It is crucial to acknowledge these emotional and mental health implications and provide adequate support and resources to individuals navigating this difficult life transition.